Hey buddy, what's going on? You still sad about Downton Abbey?
Dan Stevens had a clear arc and they cut it short. But that's not important right now. I just don't get all the fuss about this new Spider-Man movie and Jerry Maguire.
Oh, you mean Toby Maguire?
Yeah, he's good too.
Well, yeah, you should be excited. Those old Spider-Man movies are great. I mean, you've seen them, right?
Not really.
We watched them together.
I mean, I like TV, but usually I just watch the shapes.
Well, do you want me to explain the movies to you?
Yes, please.
Don't worry, I got this. So, Spider-Man is about Peter Parker, this super nerdy teenager.
A friend of the channel. Got it.
Exactly. And he's got this massive crush on Mary Jane, this girl he's lived next door to for 10 years.
So they're friends?
Nope, she does not know who he is. Peter's best friend is this rich kid named Harry, and he's played by James Franco.
James Franco? Good.
Yeah, it hasn't aged well. And Mary Jane treats him like most of the girls that he meets in real life. So Harry's dad is named Norman. He's this wealthy inventor who's also a terrible dad.
Kind of like Thomas Edison.
Why, was he a bad dad?
Yeah. Why? Was he also an inventor?
Right, so Peter gets bitten by this genetically altered spider, so he gets superpowers. He's strong, he can crawl on walls, and he shoots webbing out of his arms.
What's webbing?
Well, it's this sticky stuff that he sprays everywhere.
Ew, that's gross.
Oh, whatever. I've seen you throw up a mouse and then eat it twice.
Continue.
So Pete is so excited about his new powers that he doesn't help his Uncle Ben with his chores, and Ben has this talk with him where he says that a boy Peter's age is deciding what kind of man he's going to grow up to be, and that with great power
comes great responsibility.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes, it is. So then he goes on to wrestle this guy for money, and he's like,
It's a cute outfit. Did your husband give it to you?
Oh, the wrestler has a husband?
no, it was an insult.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I know, it hasn't aged well. So, after this match, Peter has a chance to stop a thief, but he lets him go.
But what about what his uncle said about great responsibility?
Well, exactly, because he finds his Uncle Ben has been murdered.
Oh, no, he was Peter's father figure.
So Peter tracks down the killer, and it's the same robber that he let escape. So he vows that from now on, he'll use his powers to help people, and he becomes...
A mason?
No, Spider-Man. Why would he become a mason?
I don't know, a lot of people talk about masons sometimes.
So while Peter is becoming a hero, Norman is starting to lose his business. So he takes some experimental drugs that give him superpowers.
Like Captain America.
Yes, except these drugs drive him insane and split his personality in two.
Oh, more like actual America.
Exactly. So Norman starts wearing battle armor and flies around on a glider, getting revenge on his enemies, and now he's called the Green Goblin. He attacks during a Macy Gray concert.
Macy Gray? No way, she's awesome.
Yeah, she is. So Spider-Man fights the Green Goblin, and you'll never guess who he saves.
Macy Gray?
No, Mary Jane. See, she was dating Harry, but now she's got a crush on Spider-Man. And Peter has a job taking photos of Spider-Man and selling them to a newspaper that also hates Spider-Man.
Oh, 'cause the newspaper pays him a lot of money?
No, they barely pay him a living wage.
I'll give you $200 for all of them.
That seems a little low.
Okay then.
So Green Goblin wants Spider-Man to join him, so he kidnaps him.
Here's the real truth.
Then he takes off his mask and learns who he is in real life.
He does not.
Oh, so he doesn't care about his secret identity?
Oh no, later on he figures it out and then he full-on goes after all Peter's loved ones.
So then what?
Because he's insane. He talks to himself and his other self says to do bad things.
You should set this whole place on fire.
What?
Continue.
Alright, so eventually Mary Jane breaks up with Harry, then she gets attacked in this alley, and guess who saves her?
Macy Gray.
No, why would it be Macy Gray?
Well, I just don't understand why you bring Macy Gray into this story if she's not going to get to do anything.
No, Spider-Man saves her and they kiss upside down.
Baby.
Alright, so Green Goblin finds out who Peter is and he puts Aunt May in the hospital when she's right in the middle of praying, and he's all like, "Finish your prayers!"
Finish it!
Finish your prayers. Awesome.
So then he kidnaps Mary Jane and he makes Spider-Man choose between saving her and a bunch of kids.
So he lets Mary Jane die.
No, he saves them both. And he gets help from...
Macy Gray?
No, from the people of New York. Macy Gray is not in this movie anymore.
Macy Gray's in New York.
Anyways, Spider-Man and the city of New York work together to save Mary Jane and the kids.
You mess with one of us, you mess with all of us!
Then the Green Goblin threatens him like, "I'm gonna kill Mary Jane and everyone you love, including Macy Gray."
Whoa, he really said that? Not Macy Gray.
No, he didn't actually say that. But Peter fights back and then he defeats the Green Goblin. But then at the last minute, Green Goblin takes off his mask and Peter's like, "Oh my God, you're my best friend's dad." And then Norman seems like he's come to his senses and he's like, "Please, Peter, don't kill me. The Goblin made me do it.
The goblin killed, I had nothing to do with it.
I've been like a father to you." And then Peter is like, "I had a father, and his name was Ben Parker." And then the Goblin impales himself on a glider.
Whoa.
Exactly. So then at Norman's funeral, Mary Jane tells Peter that she's super into him, but he shuts her down.
I will always be your friend.
Because he's in love with Macy Gray.
No, because he has to be Spider-Man, and being Spider-Man would put her in danger once again.
But that's a sad ending.
All right, so what do you think?
I don't know. Sounds to me like the movie's actually an indictment of the class system. Uncle Ben was the only father figure that Peter had, but he was poor. So Norman is this rich scientist, the kind of guy that Peter wants to be like. But Norman only cares about money, and he treats his son like garbage. His two personalities are a regular dad, but also a greedy goblin, because goblins are always stealing gold and stuff in fairy tales. When Peter gets powers, he thinks that he's better than his uncle, because he's still a working class guy. And when Peter's Spider-Man, he's all happy and joking because now he's famous. So Green Goblin is basically asking Spider-Man to be famous and rich, to be part of the upper class. But Peter rejects him and decides to embrace his working class roots and help the common man as a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
How did you know all that?
I heard you say it, I guess.
You know I am pretty smart. So are you excited about the movie?
Sure am. I can't wait to see Spider-Man No Way Home with Jerry Maguire.
Oh, Doug. Well, let me know what movie you want me to explain to Doug next down in the comments or at me on Twitter. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe and smash that bell. For Screen Crush, I'm Ryan Airy.